Here we have a normally distributed variable with a mean of 125.6 and standard deviation of 5.3. We are to find the probability that x is less than or equal to 111.4. Whenever we do a normal probability problem, it is important that we draw the curve, place the mean in the very center. The mean here is 125.6. Go ahead and write down what the standard deviation is. This time it's 5.3. Make sure we keep our notation straight on all of the things that we're given. We're asked to find the probability that x is less than or equal to 111.4. 111.4 is less than 125.6, so we'll mark that down here at the left side of this curve. And then it says less than or equal to 111.4, so we will shade to the left of 111.4. We can use the calculator function normal CDF to find these values. And when we do that, we're going to need to write down what are the left-hand limits. So the value on the left where we want to start, then where it ends on the right, then the mean and the standard deviation. In this case, we would start way back where this thing begins, which theoretically would be infinitely to the left. Well, we just want to think of a value that is far enough to the left that we catch practically all of this distribution. A lot of times, what we'll do is use 0, if it's far enough to the left, as that left-hand endpoint. So then we'll put our right-hand endpoint where it ends at 111.4, where our shaded region ends, and then we'll put our mean and our standard deviation and hit enter, and that'll give us our probability. The next one says that we are to find the probability that x is between 115.2 and 132.8. So again, we'll draw the curve, and we'll put the mean right in the middle, 125.6. The standard deviation, write that down, make sure we get everything in the right spot. Our value of 115.2 is to the left of the mean, so we'll mark that to the left. And then our value of 132.8 is to the right of the mean, so we'll mark that to the right. And then we're to find the probability that x is between those values, so we'll shade what's in between. And this time our left and right endpoints are given to us and clearly marked on the curve. So again, we'll use the normal CDF function, and we'll put our left endpoint, 115.2, our right endpoint, 132.8, and then the mean and the standard deviation. So 125.6 and then 5.3. Hit enter, and that will give us our value. Let's suppose that we have the same distribution, mean of 125.6 and standard deviation of 5.3, and we know that this is a normal distribution. And we are asked to find the 80th percentile. So in other words, the value that corresponds to that point where 80% of the distribution is to the left and 20% is to the right. So we have a curve with a mean of 125.6. Standard deviation is 5.3 again. And we're looking for the 80th percentile. So that means that 80% of the values would be less than that. So it would have to be to the right of the mean. So over here in this left-hand part, to the left of that mark, we have 80% of the distribution. And to the right, we have 20%. We can use the TI-83 or 84 calculator using the inverse normal function to find those values. And in order to use this function, what we'll put inside the parentheses is that accumulated area, so that'll be 80%, the mean, and then the standard deviation. So that accumulated area is 0.8. So we'll go inverse norm, 0.8. The mean is 125.6. And the standard deviation is 5.3. Hit enter and it will give us the X value.